Welcome to episode 1 of Not a Real Job.
To episode 2 of Not a Real Job.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 3 of Not a Real Job.
Welcome to episode 4 of Not a Real Job.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to yet another episode of Not a Real Job.
Episode 6. Episode 8. Episode 15.
Episode 28.
35.
Episode 50.
60.
70.
80.
Episode
92.
Great. Take it away.
All right. I got a burp. 1 second. Excuse me.
Nice.
Sorry, Steve. You should probably leave that in. Let's start the episode with that.
Perfect.
It's episode 100. Welcome to episode 100 of Not a Real Job, a podcast that's all about turning the things you love to do into the things that make you money. I am Joel Christopher Kelly, and I do marketing stuff way up in the frozen tundra that is Nova Scotia, Canada.
And I am Christopher Matthew Van Patten, and I do internet things in the hellish desert wasteland that is New York City.
2 questions, Christopher.
Yeah.
First of all, I thought Van was your middle name.
I'm pretty sure we've made that joke before. Like 60% sure.
100 episodes ago, maybe?
Maybe. Yes. Okay, so that's question 1. What's question 2?
Yeah, so you guys have a heat wave?
Yeah, so it's like 90 something degrees today, which in your language is like 32 degrees
That's
plus. It's really hot.
See, what you got there is the humidity. What you need is a dry heat.
Yes. Okay, so you are correct. A dry heat would solve all of my problems, all of New York's problems. Alas,
I was in Las Vegas, Nevada, where it was, let's see, Celsius to Fahrenheit. It was, it was 42 degrees Celsius.
Holy mother.
Let me just see what that is. That was 108.
Good gravy.
But I didn't find it that uncomfortable. Not near as uncomfortable as I found it, say, in the Dominican, where I was the other day, where it was only 32 degrees.
Really? Because I know you, and I know you don't do well in the heat. I know you're not a heat boy.
I'm not a heat boy. I'm not a little. I'm a sweaty. I'm a sweaty cold boy. But and while I didn't find it like luxurious by any stretch, I certainly found the dry heat of the Nevada desert to be far more comfortable than the, we'll call it the wet heat of the Caribbean.
So you would call it a superior heat.
I mean, if I was ranking heat by how sweaty it made me, I would put the Nevada desert on a better scale.
A less sweat, right?
Far less sweat.
Okay, and that's good. You prefer less sweat.
I mean,
I just want to clarify. I don't want our listeners to be confused. I want to know where we stand.
I like to be bone dry.
Bone dry. All right. Well, it is episode 100.
So many memories, Christopher. What is your favorite memory of the last 2 years of shows?
I loved the one where
we talk about moisture.
Where we talked. I mean, it's my favorite discussion topic in life. Mm-hmm. No, I think my favorite episode was the one where we drank a lot. You remember the one with the drinking?
I don't remember that one. I only remember the ones where, as far as I know, and as far as my memory would tell me, we've never drank before on this show.
True. Well, I'm pretty sure we did it once.
Okay, so I'm kind of drunk right now, which is going to be interesting because I got to go to the Apple store in 15 minutes and pick up a computer. So do you think they'll give me a computer if I stink of booze?
Do you have money to pay for said computer?
It's already been paid for.
Then yeah, well, of course he'll give it to you.
I'm just the one going in to take a computer without handing money over.
Yeah, no. I think if you've already handed the money over, then legally they can't deny you the laptop because
follow-up question. First of all, I didn't say laptop. How did you know it was a laptop?
I'm magic.
Interesting. If I'm going to an Apple store drunk, what do you think the odds are that I'm going to walk out of there with an Apple Watch?
Is Leah going with you?
Yes.
Then probably smaller than they would be if you were alone.
That's troublingly accurate. Yeah, she's definitely not going to let me buy one of those.
I think that's probably a good thing. You want to wait. Wait until the next generation.
She just opened the door and shook her head at me.
You deserved it.
I don't.
To be fair.
I'm still going to. Don't tell her, but I'm definitely going to buy one.
Oh, God. I'm so sorry for you. So it's episode 100. We thought it would be fun, or I did, because you were off gallivanting around the American West or something. So I said, let's have Steve and Lindsay on the show. And then we did that.
Yep. What
are you doing?
Accidentally just smacked the boom arm on my microphone. Go on. Don't address it.
Okay. So we thought we would have Steve and Lindsay on the show just for a little, a brief chat to catch up with them and see, get their thoughts on this momentous occasion, this milestone.
I'm not sure we're allowed to say momentous occasion.
We're not?
No.
Okay.
Trademarked.
Trademarked by who?
Jesse Thorne. Which big news, guys? We're on the Max Fun Network now.
That's a lie. Anyway, here is our brief interview that we recorded earlier tonight with Steve and Lindsay.
Okay, you play Steve, I'll play Lindsay.
So for this part of the show, we thought it would be fun to invite the people.
We're just doing it?
Yeah, we're just doing it.
Okay.
Sorry, Joel.
Oh, I mean, no, it's fine. Go ahead.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yep.
You're not going to bring this up later?
No. Go for it. It's your show.
That's right. It is my show. No, anyway, we thought it would be good to bring the people on who make my show happen. So with us, past guests, you'll remember them and also because we talk about them all the time, even when they're not on the show. Lindsay and Steve, our content creator, genius, and audio editor extraordinaire. So welcome.
And future taxi driver. Yep.
Future taxi driver, exactly. Now, Chris, as you'll know, I neither listen to the show nor participate in its creation. Who does what?
Lindsay is our content genius, and Steve is our audio editor extraordinaire. Yeah, and so where are you guys checking in from today?
Go ahead.
I was going to say after you, but to be ungentlemanly, I'm in the UK in Worcestershire. It's about 10 past 11 at night, so everyone's just getting out of the pubs actually at this point. So shortly you'll start to hear screaming and yelping and all sorts of things going on outside. Which are
now, because the pubs in England close at some ridiculously early hour. Is that? Yeah.
Now, is Worcestershire famous for a sauce? Am I correct?
You know what, Chris? I thought, I'm not going to go for the easy joke, but
I'm legendary for the easy jokes. That's what I'm all about.
That's fair enough. To be honest, there's not a whole lot of other talking points about Worcester. So, I'll take it. We'll have that. Worcester sauce. Yeah, it's great. Good on chips.
So you're a fan of the sauce?
I think you're bred into it. It's partly in the water system as well. When you take a glass of water, that's what you get. Sort of 5% Worcester sauce. Yeah, it's got its positives and negatives in equal amounts. Yeah.
So let's finally, and sorry, Lindsay, I know this is cutting into your time, and we've only got about 6-7 minutes maybe. How do you pronounce the sauce?
Worcestershire, or do you mean Lindsay? How does Lindsay pronounce the sauce?
No, you, Steve. How do people on that side of the world pronounce the sauce name, because this is a topic of some debate. I don't know if you know this.
No.
But in the American English speaking languages, this is a very seriously debated topic.
Really? Oh, okay. Well,
Absolutely.
the local way to do it in my local Worcestershire rural accent would be Lee and Perrin's Worcestershire sauce. So Worcestershire, not Worcestershire or Worcestershire or anything like that, as far as I know. Yeah.
I've heard some people
that's
claim
great.
that it's pronounced just Worcester sauce, which sounds
Worcester.
ridiculous.
I quite like that. That sort of sounds like you're wooing someone with a sauce, like to put it on their chips. But no.
Now, are you sure you're not confusing that with...
No, I'm happy to hear that, because that is how I pronounce it, but I have definitely heard people say Worcester.
So you're correct, is what you're saying.
That upsets me.
Yeah, if that's roughly how you pronounce it, then yeah. But yeah, like I say, Worcester. Although you're missing the Shire bit at the end, then, like, which is weird as a word, because it's Shire when you say it on its own, but it's like Worcestershire or like, you know, Gloucestershire or Cheltenhamshire.
We just lost Joel.
Yeah. Ooh.
Well, then.
We'll see if he comes back. But anyway, while we wait for Joel to return, maybe or maybe not. And what about you, Lindsay? Where are you checking in from?
It is a little after 10 in the morning on Tuesday morning in New Zealand, in Gisborne, New Zealand. I'm on the very East Coast.
So this call is really spanning the globe. We've got people from all corners of the English-speaking world here with us today, which is, I think, really a beautiful thing. I'm the only non-Commonwealther, of course, and I'm superior for that. But, well, yes, you are also an American, but in enemy territory, I think it's safe to say. So I thought it would be interesting because, Steve, you've been with us since day one of the podcast, basically. And Lindsay, you have not been with us since day one, but definitely a long time, probably 50 or so episodes.
Yeah, a little over 50 episodes, I think.
Amazing. So you guys are probably the only people who listen to the show every week. I think it's safe to say. So I'm kind of curious to get your take on, you know, in the past 50 or 100 episodes, you know, however many you've been listening to, what have you noticed about the show that's changed that we might not even realize that we're doing?
It's a good question.
We really should have provided them the questions before this.
I want off the cuff, real, raw responses.
Well, I think you guys have certainly loosened up more about having topics.
Preparation. Great.
That's the move.
Actually, can I just jump in with another quick question, because it reminded me as I heard the ice clink around in my glass. I dropped off the call for about a minute and a half there. Did we discuss what everyone's drinking yet?
No.
Oh,
No.
No, we didn't.
I just feel like that's a pretty huge oversight. Now, again, Chris, it's your show. I don't want to say you did a bad job, but you know, here we are.
Sure. Well, then why don't
Literally the one thing we needed to do and we missed it. But anyway, go ahead.
Well, why don't? No, listen. If we're going to diverge, we're gonna go all in. So why don't you start the proceedings off?
I'm gonna start by naming someone else to start. So let's go alphabetical by first name. That means it's you, Chris.
Okay. I am drinking an Allagash Saison, a Belgian style ale.
What? Why?
Because it's good.
Okay, that'll do. I'm drinking and have been drinking, if you can't tell from the slurring and just general incoherence, a mason jar of whiskey sours that I've made with Canadian Club 100% rye whiskey and lime juice and simple syrup.
Wow.
It's fancy.
Yeah, I got about a quarter to a third of whiskey in this jar.
Wow.
A quarter to a third of a bottle. Sorry.
Well,
Anyway, Lindsay, you're up.
well, it being just after 10 in the morning, I am drinking coffee because I have to work today. So no alcohol yet for me.
accepted, but not encouraged.
Yeah, well, I considered getting some alcoholic ginger beer just for this, but I decided on the coffee instead.
I'm not typically an it's the thought that counts person, but that totally counts.
And you, Steve?
Well, due to being hungover from a barbecue I went to that ended very late last night, I'm just drinking ice water at the moment. But I'm technically hungover from yesterday, so the blood still has the alcohol in it. So technically, I'm still drinking Pinot Noir wine, I think.
Excellent. Excellent. I'll allow that. So anyway, to return to the question, before I was so rudely interrupted by some random heckler, what do you think has changed, Steve? We already got an answer from Lindsay, but what have you noticed?
Well, I think the main thing for me is the more focused approach of having the gear picks, which I think is something that it's funny and interesting to hear what you're sort of like recommending or what you're pulling out of your bags, as it were, digitally, and what you're going to link to. So that's always good. It used to be that it seemed to be a starting point would be the main topic of conversation for the show episode. And then basically that would then turn into something much more loose and fun, of course, which is how I think Lindsay was referring to it, how it's become like that now. And I much prefer that. It's much, much funnier and more interesting. But yeah, it's that you manage to have a focused sort of inclusion and a segment of the show at the end, and in the middle you can talk about all sorts of different things, usually with a main focus on a topic. But it works a lot better, I think, personally. It's a lot more entertaining. It's not just about that topic of that week, which may not be specifically something you're interested in anyway. But you can enjoy all the comedy moments. So yeah, I think it works for a lot more people personally.
Now, I don't know, Joel, you unmuted yourself, so I'm guessing you might have something to say. Before I cut in.
No, not necessarily. It was just kind of unmuting just in case I needed to pop in, just needed to get a little goof or gag in, but I didn't really have anything prepared. I'm just gonna mute. I'm muting again.
Okay, bye, Joel. So I guess
oh, here I am again.
Oh, he's still here.
No, I'm super conscious of muting because the ice in this, like, listen to this. That's impossible. I'm just trying to ride the mute button so as not to upset you guys. I mean, Steve's still gonna have to cut all those things out from the audio, but again, I'm just trying to preserve, the audio quality, the fidelity, if you will, for you guys.
You are a great champion of audio quality, Joel. I think most people would agree with that.
Are you making a joke about how often I burp?
I wasn't, but we can certainly go down that path.
You know what? If we're looking for another topic, Steve, how difficult is it for you to cut out my burps from the show?
They're usually quite high in volume, so you can sort of pick them out like by sight now, which is quite unique, really. It's the same with certain things. You could just certain knocks and things, you could just see them before you even have to worry about hearing them. Overall, the audio quality, though, just on another note with that, everything's improved and got great because of what you guys have done over time and your awareness of it, So, and the clinks are quite soothing and relaxing. I find the clinks of the ice against the glass, because usually when I edit, it's in the sort of like daytime period as well. So it's like nice to sort of think that you're having lots of fun doing what you're doing your end.
Oh, well, that's nice to hear, because I feel like, and me especially, I mean, Chris has always been kind of, as a designer, developer person, I just feel like with technology, it's kind of been, I don't know, more up to speed with how to produce things like that. So I'm kind of excited that my audio quality has improved, since I have literally no idea what I'm doing whatsoever. But I keep buying things, and every time I buy something, it seems to get better, which I don't know, that I think that kind of gives too much evidence for my worldview that money can solve everything. Yeah. But I mean, it seems to be working out pretty well so far.
So, okay, here's another question then. Speaking of Joel's burps. So you guys have been listening for a while, obviously, and have been working on the show for a while. We've just heard sort of what you thought, how the show has changed. I'm curious, what would you change?
Lindsay, do you want to go first?
No, you can go first. That's all right.
No time to think. What would I've always enjoyed having a bit like now when you have guests on, not to the point where it couldn't become so regular that would then be the format, because I've listened to some shows that run out of steam once they've run out of contacts on their phones, kind of thing. But it's always great, like when you have an occasional like guest on who's got something interesting to contribute,
who has something to contribute. Period.
Yeah.
Lord knows we don't.
No, of course. In a hole now. No, it's great anyway. Yeah. And it's just, I suppose it's usually because you're sort of referring to a topic that you've been discussing, like for say several weeks in a row, or it's something that's been mentioned long term. And it's always interesting to have a follow up and a sort of like a third voice and opinion on that, and then you can develop it as a theme more fully, because you can all you can talk about it in the way that you've been discussing it for several weeks or several episodes, or even from episodes from a previous 2 or 3 month period ago. And like I say, just having a guest on it does add that now and again. But as I say, it wouldn't be good to have that replace the format of the show, which I think works great for as it is at this point. So
yeah, I think that's definitely something that I know we've talked about getting some guests on more regularly. And I think that's definitely something in the next 100 that we're going to have to be more mindful of, trying to actually do that.
Next 100?
Yeah, Joel.
I just kind of we're not doing like a final wrap up episode.
No, we're getting started. This is the beginning.
All right. Okay, Lindsay, what would you change?
Well, I have to agree with Steve mostly. I think, yeah, I agree that having not too many guests on, but a couple more guests I think would be good. Like thinking specifically of more recent episodes, episodes where Leah's been on and she's kind of tried to steer you guys in a certain topical direction. Those shows have been really good because you still get the banter, but then also some topic discussion going on as well.
Great. So you're joining the chorus of people who prefer my wife to me. Perfect.
Sorry, Joel. I think that's probably universal on this call right now.
I know, but you just think the people that that listen or work on your show might. Anyway, no worries.
It's hard when you're such a terrible person. You're not easy to love. That is the
central problem. I'm not easy to like. I'm certainly not easy to love, and Leah is both of those things. So,
them's the breaks.
No, but that's great. I think I completely agree. Some of the it's and those have been the quote unquote live episodes, and I think those have been some of our best. Which is, I mean, in some ways, a little disconcerting because the show is remote, obviously, and so much we talk about is the benefits of doing things remotely and how well things can be done remotely, whether it's work or personal. But I definitely do agree that so many of my favorite episodes have been the ones we do in person. So I'm not sure, what conclusions to draw from that other than I think that makes our live, again, quote, live episodes that much more exciting and that much more fun to do, since we know they're kind of going to be engaging in a way that some of our other episodes might not be.
Yeah, I agree with everything that was just said. For sure. More guests, less Joel, all that kind of stuff.
Just phase Joel out completely, just in a safe and funny way.
But
maybe we could get Leah to host the next 100 episodes in lieu of you.
I'm going on mute again.
All right. Well, I think on that note, I want to thank Lindsay and Steve both for coming on the show today. It was very last minute, one of those types of things. And yeah, we'll definitely, get you guys back on more, and also definitely take everything you said into consideration. And also, of course, I want to thank you guys for being a part of the show for so long, and I know that that Joel agrees. At least I hope he does. Yeah, and so I guess with that, Joel, anything else you want to add?
Hey there.
Whoa.
Hello.
Hi, Joel. You've changed.
I did a bug in my throat. Canada bugs. They're big.
Sure.
Affects the vocals.
I was just thanking Lindsay and Steve for helping out with the show. How are you?
I'm good.
Welcome.
I'm good. Hello, Lindsay and Steve. Hello again, Steve.
Hi, Leah.
But hello, Lindsay.
Oh, man. So I don't know. You probably didn't hear what was just said, but basically we decided to replace Joel with you full time from now on.
Oh, smart decision, guys.
I think so. I mean, what we ultimately decided on was that he's just difficult to like, difficult to love. And all the episodes that you were on are quite good. So are you open for the job?
Totally.
Awesome. All right.
Let's
You're
do
going to
this.
have to break the news to Joel. Let him down easy.
Sweetie, you're fired.
That's it.
Oh, man. All right.
Taken care of, guys.
You are
Much
a
better.
star.
Good to
We
go.
look forward to the next
Bye,
100
bye,
episodes. All right. Now, anyway, thank you guys for coming on. You guys want to plug your stuff before we move on?
Yeah. Lindsay, do you want to go first? Or
Okay. You can follow me on Twitter at Sithryth, which is CITHRYTH. And it's not up yet, so don't go look yet because it's still ugly looking. But I'm working on my freelance writing site right now, lindsaydobler.com. So that'll be a thing, and you can hire me to write stuff for you, which is nice because you like written things and I like getting money.
It's the perfect combination. And what about you, Steve?
well, I've just redone my website. Well, I say I've done it. Squarespace did it for me, and I just added the content because it's such an incredible site. So that's just been relaunched, and you can find that at ssfgarvey.co.uk, which is basically my name, .co.uk. I am on Twitter, as I say, nearly every time I come on the show, but I forget what I think it's SSFGARVEY is again like just my name on Twitter, and I occasionally once every 6 months log in. I'll message people on there if they message me, I suppose, if I notice, because sometimes months go by, like I say. But
Cool. All right. So again, thank you guys for coming on, especially so last minute. Thank you for making the past 100 or so episodes amazing, and we will talk to you soon.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Leah,
Thanks.
as well.
No, she's gone.
We're stuck with you?
Yep.
Dang. All right.
the original and best.
Oh man, Joel, remember that? Those were great times a minute ago talking to them. That was the scariest laugh I think I've ever heard.
That's how I laugh. That's how you know I'm really happy.
That's how you know it's true. All right. Well, okay. Cool. So thanks again for coming on the show, guys, and for everything you do
Thanks a lot.
for said show. Now,
Is it just
I
me, or
guess,
does it seem like Lindsay's not like a fan?
I mean, she's more of a fan than you are.
Oh, absolutely. I don't work on the show.
Yeah, you don't do anything of the show.
Honestly, I think Steve's only in it for the money.
Oh man. Never mind, I won't bring it up.
Uh-oh.
Though there was a Clickhole article today. I'm sure you saw it.
Oh, about Chris Pratt?
Yeah.
Can we
Yeah, I
talk?
thought that.
Okay, can we talk about the comment you got on that?
Oh my God. I almost deleted the post because I was like, you just ruined the joke.
Are we allowed to talk about it, or is she going to hear this?
No. So I posted this article. I got to bring it up now just so I remember exactly like what the. Okay, so it's the dark side of celebrity, Chris Pratt won't star in a movie unless you pay him money. And so I'll just read the first part of this really quickly. So we'll link this in the show notes, of course. Chris Pratt seems like a friendly guy on screen, but persistent rumors suggest that there's a darker side to Hollywood's favorite leading man. According to numerous reports, the Jurassic World star insists on being paid for every movie he appears in and allegedly won't even show up to a set unless producers are willing to bribe him with cold, hard cash. If this is true, it seems that Pratt's affable public persona is a lie. So I posted this on Facebook with like a, just a stupid status like, wow, this is crazy if it's true, blah, blah, blah. And got an extended paragraph reply on Facebook from somebody that I know who thought the article was serious and went on basically a point-by-point takedown of why, of course, actors should be paid. Why is there even any question about this? Blah, blah, blah.
But like a defense of certain terms as well, like the money to be paid after the movie has come out based on sales, like, these are called residuals. It was great.
It was amazing. And then, of course, the comments below that, like, this is supposed to be funny, right? And then Clickhole's a fake news site owned by The Onion, I believe. Yeah. So yeah, that's anyway. I almost deleted the Facebook post after because I was like, God, you just killed it. You just killed it.
I'm gonna go on your wall now and make a post.
Oh boy. Anyway,
you guys are gonna hear live me typing a funny post to this.
So anyway, while Joel litters my Facebook with awful things, we've gotten a couple of good comments on Twitter recently, or a couple of tweets about the show or to the show, and I just thought we'd share a couple of those. Thank you, loyal listeners. Friend of the show, Tommy Creenan, recently tweeted that our recent episode, I believe it was 98, was his favorite episode in recent memory. So thank you, Tommy, for tweeting that. Let's see, who else? Oz, of course, tweeting out the... okay, so... we posted, what do you guys want to see happen in episode 100? Oz requested a unicorn. We may be able to make that happen. Okay, and oh boy. Do I even want to... Joel just posted a comment on my Facebook post in which he said, okay, I think this is a parody site, but isn't it crazy that it seemed true? This is the nature of celebrity, just greed. Chris Pratt is as immoral as any celebrity, just in it for the cold, hard cash. Parody site or no, I'm certainly not going to watch any of his, quote, movies, unquote.
Anyway.
Troll Kelly, more like it.
Oh, well done.
Bravo me.
You win this round.
All right. Anyway, Devin McKernan, friend of the show. Plans for episode 100, you ask. I was thinking clip show with a twist. That was our tweet and his response. My only question is, how long will we be waiting for the drop? I don't know. I think we need to leave that to Steve. He's responsible for all drop related
Steve,
things.
Get
right?
This is the cue for some sick dubstep, but don't give him the drop.
Some sick dubs. And then also Calantha Ford tweeted at us. My boyfriend put me onto your podcast, currently listening to episode 71, and you asked for listeners to say hi. So hi. Hello to you as well. Thank you for listening, and thank you to your boyfriend for putting you onto the show. And so, yeah, I think...
What do you think is the nature of the psychopathy of someone who suggests this show to another person?
I mean, I can only assume that they are a sadist.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. Like, imagine you've listened to this show and you're like, you know what? I know exactly who this is for.
And for your girlfriend, too. I mean, what are you trying to say, really?
Oh, bad news. So she's got 29 episodes to find out that this was a long con.
Long grift.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
So I just want people to know that I did have an idea for this show that Chris was against.
We talked about it.
Oh.
If this is the same idea, we talked about it on one of the New York episodes recently.
Then never mind.
I mean, you can share it again.
No, it's stupid. Everyone hates it.
Well, I mean, we didn't do it, so.
Well, yeah, I guess. So, yeah, you're right. We already talked about it. I wanted to do the clip show, but it was all clips that we hadn't done before. But that would have required like scripting and preparation.
Yeah, that would have required work, and we don't really do well with work.
Not so much. What I do well with, though, is a little thing called singing songs.
Oh, boy. You have a special song to commemorate episode 100?
Chris, give me some beatbox. Episode 100. Okay, no, you got to keep going. Yeah, I got to give it a few bars before I'm ready to get into it.
I have a feeling this is just a con to get me to beatbox on the show.
I was totally going to get into a little freestyle.
I don't think that's true.
I think it is. I was 100% going to do it.
You know, why don't we save that for episode 200? God help us.
Okay. Now, why are you highlighting things in the document?
Because I'm ready to move on to the next portion of our show where we talk about stuff that we've bought.
See, here's my concern, Christopher, is that we've recorded, pushing 45 minutes of show here, and I don't think it's been any good yet. I'm just trying to find something that we can hang our hat on. 100 episodes. Shouldn't we record for 100 minutes?
I think we would lose all of our remaining listeners if we did that.
All right. Well, you know what? Tweet at us if you thought we should have recorded for 100 minutes and that I should have done a rap.
Yeah, if you thought that, please do tweet at us and I will eat my hat live on this show.
Nice. All right, so gear picks. I hope you prepared like a really good gear pick.
I will, but why don't you go first? So I want to know what the standard of pick is that I should have.
All right, I'm actually going to do one of the last things I bought, but it's something I totally believe in. Actually, I'll do two things. Have you done the Cocoon Innovations Gridded Organizer yet?
I did. I have. In the past.
Never mind.
Yes.
Okay.
No. So I did. No, not on the show.
Oh, okay.
I haven't. I had one at one point.
Yes. My question was about whether you'd done it on the show. I know it's not the best cable organizer out there, but I definitely think it is. It's worth getting for $10. It's pretty good. So basically, what this is it's like a small piece of like hard fabric, like cardboard covered in fabric, but then it's covered with a grid of elastic bands. Essentially, you'll get an idea of it when you look at the Amazon page. And it's a way of organizing your cables and things like that when you travel. I picked it up and I'm actually finding it extremely useful. I've had it for a couple trips now and I think it's great. So like I said, it's not like amazing. It's not going to change your life. But it is very useful. If you're looking for a very cheap cable organizer to put in your backpack or your travel bag, I think it works. It does the job. The other thing though, is I'm going to recommend. So I have needed a very large suitcase for a while. So sometimes I go on trips of a week or longer, or Lee and I will travel together and we want to have one suitcase. We haven't had something that really did the trick. She has some luggage, but it kind of tips over. It's heavy. So I picked up Travel Pro as a brand I've talked about before. I think it's the best brand in luggage that's out there. Any flight attendant or pilot you see at an airport, they all have Travel Pro luggage. It's not just because it's a community thing. It's because it literally is the best for the money out there. Designed for and by people who travel constantly. So I have the Travel Pro Max Light 2 29-inch expandable spinner. This is a 29-inch suitcase, so huge, like at the bounds of what you would ever want to conceivably travel with. And it weighs, I think it's like 8 pounds or something. Like it's insanely light. It's lighter than my small carry-on bag. It's much lighter, empty than even like my normal messenger bag. It's incredibly light, incredibly sturdy. It's a spinner bag, so it's got the 4 wheels, each of which are like normal, like inline skate wheels, so they're very rugged and easily replaceable. So if you travel, Travel Pro is the only brand I could recommend. And yeah, this is the huge 29-inch Max Light expandable spinner.
Awesome. So as Joel said before, he wanted me to get something that was really good. A pick. So here we are. This is the KW 39771027 hydraulic lift system. I'm going to put a note in the document here. It's a little pricey. So it's $22,448.99. But it is eligible for Prime. So you get the free shipping there. Now, this is going to allow your cars that have low ground clearance to clear obstacles more easily. It can be activated from inside the vehicle with an LED control switch or by remote, so you don't even have to do any interior wiring. And you can use it up to 50 miles an hour.
Okay, big question.
Fast lift. So
big question, Chris.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How long does it take to lift?
4 to 5 seconds.
That's pretty long.
It's fast. I've been doing a lot of research on these, so I know what's up. Now, of course, if that price is a little steep for you, they do have some used ones available from $21,327.49.
Well,
so that's also an option.
That's closer to my price range. I have several other concerns.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, this item does not ship to Halifax, Canada. Number
That is an issue.
There's something much more compelling in the people also bought category.
Okay.
Which is temporarily out of stock, which is the problem. And it's the Edelbrock 46770 crate engine.
It's a beautiful looking engine.
Edelbrock is a trusted industry leader, and that's what I think people forget.
And it is backed by a manufacturer's warranty, and that goes a long way.
Is this going to enhance my vehicle?
I think it will. I think it's going to deliver great performance.
As long as it has fast shipping, we'll be A-okay.
It is Prime eligible, so I think
again, not in Canada. Big problem. You know what? You know how big a fan I was of the Edelbrock line,
but this just really put you off.
Well, the fact that they just don't support their neighbors to the north, I think is kind of disgusting.
It's a little racist.
So instead, what I'm going to put in the gear section is the N-Cell 11-piece set trendy auto seat cover set for car care blue. Basically, what you're getting here is 5 headrest covers, 2 front seat covers, 2 back seat covers, and you can pick between black and blue or red.
That sounds great. Now you chose blue, is what you said, right?
Yeah,
You're supporting blue. You're team blue.
I'm team blue. I want you to know that the picture's the same no matter which you select, but I am definitely picking blue because I'm not an animal.
Sure. You're a real boy.
I'm a real cold boy.
You're a blue boy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this was our stupid podcast. Thank you for listening for the past 100 episodes. And we're sorry. Also, of course. You deserve better, and we know that. You can find us all over the web. Of course, notarealjob.com is our HQ, depending on where you're from. You can tweet us at Nargcast, and we'll try to get better about reading tweets on the show more often. It's just sort of something we forgot to do.
We're also no one was tweeting us.
No, it's actually pretty active.
Are you serious?
It's one of the busier aspects of our show's social media. We'll say that.
We should definitely do that then.
So we're also on Facebook as well at Not a Real Job. And then we're also, if you want to listen to the show, which, you're already doing, but when you tell your friends, they can go to notarealjob.com/Stitcher to find us on that platform, or notarealjob.com/iTunes if you want to get to iTunes. And that's also where you can go to rate and review the show. It's been a little while since we've had any reviews. I just checked today, but it's always appreciated. So please, go do that. Help us out there. We really appreciate it. And we're also on Twitter, at Joel Kelly, at Chris Van Patten. We both have personal websites, joelkelly.ca and chrisvanpatten.com. Well, maybe I should get the CA now.
Get the .ca. It's wherever it's popping off.
It's the hip place for cool cats.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be talking more in the coming weeks, I'm sure, about Firsthand, which is getting really close to launch. We talked a little bit about it on our last couple episodes, but there's more to come there, and we'll be sharing that here. And I think that's it. Any parting shots?
No parting shots. I just want to say that as much as we goof about no one listening to our show, we do know that there are some people out there that listen all the time. We really do appreciate it. So thank you all. Honestly, Chris and I do the show because I don't want to speak for Chris, but I do the show because it gives me a reason to talk to my good friend Christopher every week. So the fact that other people find those conversations interesting is amazing to me. So,
I think it's safe to say that our friendship has grown since starting the show, which is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I would. That's definitely safe to say. I would say we went from friends to like super good, best time friends throughout the show. I crashed at your apartment. That was pretty. That's cool.
True.
You've crashed at my place. Like,
it's also true.
Like
your wedding.
We're real life friends since
you weren't at my wedding,
show.
But that's okay.
I'm not going to go to your wedding out of principle.
Well, you already missed it.
I don't agree with your lifestyle, Christopher.
Yeah, I'm a heathen. Anyway, thank you for listening to the show, everyone. And thank you for putting up with our idiocy every week. And we'll talk to you soon for episode 101. And trust me, I have so many Dalmatians goofs planned.
Oh, God damn it. No more episodes. Bye, everyone, forever. I'd love you all, and I would kiss you all on the mouth if you would let me.
Don't let him. You don't know where it's been. Bye.
You have an idea.